3 weeks. That's all it took for everything Harry believed to rot from the inside. Not months. Not years. 3 slow, suffocating weeks after the yacht photos detonated online. 3 weeks of pretending he was fine. 3 weeks of telling himself it was noise, coincidence, another cruel cycle of headlines that would burn out if he ignored it. But one image refused to release him. A single photograph from Croatia. He didn't know why that picture kept pulling him back. He had already seen it hundreds of times, but his fingers still pinched and zoomed, in and out, again and again, like the answer was hiding between pixels. He'd stare, shut the tab, walk away, come back hours later, and do it all over again. It felt wrong. Not loud wrong. Quiet wrong. The kind that crawls under your skin and doesn't announce itself. Then one night, when the house was silent and sleep had stopped pretending it would come, he saw it. On the edge of the yacht's deck, half cut off, almost accidental, sat a small navy blue canvas bag. Ordinary. Forgettable. Except for the gold lettering stitched neatly across the front. Soho House. Harry's stomach dropped. This wasn't just a rich man's yacht. This wasn't a random luxury holiday. This was a Soho House yacht. Member access. Curated access. The same private world Meghan had moved through for years like it was oxygen. The same rooms. The same dinners. The same whispered conversations that never left paper trails. Something cold slid down his spine. Because coincidences don't repeat themselves this cleanly. Harry sat up, heart hammering, suddenly wide awake. He knew, deep down, that once he followed this thread, there was no folding it back neatly. But he also knew he wouldn't sleep again until he understood what he was looking at. So he opened his laptop. One search. 3 names. Soho House. Marcus Anderson. Meghan Markle. The screen filled instantly. Harry had always thought Marcus was just there. A stylish friend. A social butterfly from Toronto. Someone harmless. Someone who smiled too easily and seemed to know everyone. But that version of Marcus didn't survive 5 minutes of real digging. Old society blogs. Archived interviews. Dead links pulled from digital graveyards. Mentions buried under layers of deleted content. Harry clicked, scrolled. Clicked again, breath shallow. Pulse loud in his ears. Every source told the same story. Marcus Anderson wasn't part of the scene. He was the scene. Not a consultant. Not a partygoer. An access broker. A connector. A man who didn't attend events, he built them. Who didn't socialize. He curated proximity. He placed actresses next to producers. Models next to investors. Ambitious women next to men who could open doors no resume ever could. One line stopped Harry cold. He doesn't introduce people. He positions them. Harry leaned back in his chair, chest tight, suddenly nauseous. The memories rushed in all at once. Marcus in the front row at the wedding. Marcus everywhere, polo matches, charity galas, private gatherings. Always nearby. Always just inside the frame. Too close to be coincidence. And then the thought landed, heavy and irreversible. What if Marcus wasn't Meghan's friend? What if he was her handler? Harry clicked another link. A Toronto photo archive. Smiling faces. Familiar places. Overlapping timelines. The same names appearing again and again like a watermark beneath her life. The next 6 hours unraveled everything. He didn't want to believe it. He fought it at every turn. Coincidences happen. Worlds overlap. People exaggerate. Until he did the one thing he'd been avoiding. He picked up the phone. Late. Quiet. Careful. He called someone from his old London party days, someone who knew Soho House from the inside. Someone with no reason to lie. Someone who understood that world better than he ever had. When the man answered, Harry's voice barely came out. I need to ask you about Marcus Anderson. Silence. Not confusion. Not surprise. Silence. Then a slow, tired sigh. And in that moment, before a single word was spoken, Harry knew his life was about to split cleanly in two. For 40 minutes, Harry didn't speak. He didn't interrupt. He didn't argue. He didn't defend. He just listened as the man on the other end of a line told him a truth that had never been meant for him. Marcus doesn't run a social circle, the man said quietly. He runs a finishing school. Harry closed his eyes. Not for manners. Not for etiquette. For access. The explanation came slowly, carefully, like someone dismantling a bomb while talking. Marcus identified women with ambition. Not desperation, ambition. Women who wanted elevation, who wanted rooms they weren't born into. Then he trained them. How to dress without looking like they were trying. How to speak just enough, never too much. How to move through powerful spaces without triggering suspicion. He teaches them how to belong before they belong, the man said. That's the trick. Soho House wasn't just a club. It was infrastructure. A controlled environment where the right people crossed paths under the illusion of coincidence. Guest lists curated. Seating intentional. Energy managed. Marcus had access to calendars, private schedules, advance notice of who would be where and when. He doesn't wait for luck, the man added. He manufactures it. Harry stared at the wall, heart pounding so hard it hurt. Polo matches in 2013. Charity galas in 2014. Private dinners in London where Harry had been present without ever noticing who else was watching. Marcus had been there. Always nearby. Always positioned just off-center, like a chess player studying the board. And Meghan? She was a student long before you, the man said gently. The call ended, but the truth didn't. Once Harry understood what Marcus actually did, another question began to eat through him like acid. How did Meghan afford any of this?
He knew her suit salary.
He knew what cable television paid supporting actors.
Comfortable, yes.
Elite? Not even close. And yet there were the flights. Toronto to New York, London, Istanbul, Barcelona, Miami. The hotels. The designer wardrobe that changed with every city. Multiple Soho House memberships across continents. Yacht weeks. Styling.
Hair.
Makeup. Constant visibility in rooms where nothing was cheap. It didn't add up. So Harry made another call. This one quieter. More careful. Someone still connected to Soho House Toronto. The conversation was short. Nervous. When Harry asked about Meghan's membership, the man hesitated. Then hesitated again. It was fully comped, he finally said. Harry felt his fingers go numb. Not discounted. Not partially sponsored. Fully paid. For 5 years. Who sponsored her? Harry asked. Silence. Then softly. Marcus had ways. Corporate accounts. Anonymous approvals. No paper trail that led anywhere obvious. Someone had been investing in her. Someone had been paying for access. For exposure. For placement. Harry grabbed a pen and started calculating like his life depended on it.
Flights.
Hotels. Events.
Clothing.
Memberships. Yacht accommodations. $70,000 a year. Minimum. Her income couldn't cover half of that. Not even close. By the time the sun came up, Harry felt like his past had been quietly rewritten while he wasn't looking. Every chance meeting. Every lucky break. Every door that opened just a little too smoothly. Then he did something he hadn't done since the wedding. He opened the guest list. 600 names. Categorized. Neatly organized. He had never really looked at Meghan's side before. Trust had made him careless. Now he read it like a crime scene. Marcus Anderson, front row. Jessica Mulroney, Soho House regular. Misha Nanu, arranged the blind date member. Serena Williams, member. Executives. Regulars. Familiar faces from old photos he had just spent nights studying. Harry picked up a highlighter. Then another. Then another. 60 names. 60 guests on Meghan's side with direct Soho House ties. Not childhood friends. Not coworkers. Not family. A network. Then he saw the reception photo. Marcus standing with 4 Soho House executives, champagne glasses raised, smiling, not like guests. Like men who had completed a project. Harry's chest tightened. His wedding hadn't just been a celebration. It had been a summit. And he was the final outcome. Harry stopped sleeping. Not the dramatic kind. The quiet, hollow kind where your body lies down but your mind keeps pacing like a guard dog that smells smoke. He stopped eating properly too. Food tasted like paper. Time blurred into searches, notes, screenshots, cross-references. Every hour uncovered something new, and every discovery made the last one feel obvious in hindsight. But there was still one thing he hadn't touched. Something he'd avoided for years. His voicemail archive. He hadn't listened to most of them, especially not the ones from William. Back then, they felt like interference, control, jealousy dressed up as concern. Harry had been in love, and love makes warnings sound like betrayal. That morning, hands shaking, he opened the folder. Years of recordings scrolled past. Then he saw it. November 2017. A message he remembered deleting without listening. He pressed play. William's voice filled the room, calm, measured, strained in a way Harry had never allowed himself to hear before. "Harry, you need to listen to me." Palace security ran background checks. Meghan's been in the Soho house crowd for years. Marcus Anderson's reputation is well known. He positions women. She's been photographed around men from your world since 2014. This isn't random. Please look into this before you propose. Harry didn't move. He replayed it. Then again. His brother hadn't sounded angry, or jealous, or superior. He'd sounded worried. Harry scrolled. Another message. Security flagged her presence at events connected to Harry's charity donors. Another. Marcus's ties overlapping with Harry's inner circle. Harry felt something inside him finally crack, not loudly, not cleanly. Just a quiet break like bone under pressure. William hadn't been trying to ruin his happiness. He'd been trying to protect him. And Harry had shut him out. Deleted the warnings. Chosen love over scrutiny, because scrutiny felt cruel and love felt pure. Now he lay awake most nights, staring at the ceiling, replaying everything. Every chance introduction. Every smile that felt destined. Every moment that once felt magical now looked engineered. Meghan hadn't fallen into his world. She had climbed into it, step by step, door by door, hand in hand with Marcus Anderson. Funded, guided, positioned. And Harry, the boy who spent his whole life desperate to be chosen for who he was, not his title, finally understood the truth that haunted him in the dark. He hadn't been chosen. He had been targeted. That realization didn't come with screaming or rage. It came with silence, with grief, with the slow, sick understanding that the life he thought he built on love might have been built on strategy instead. And that is the nightmare he lives with now. Not scandal, not headlines, not public judgment, but the knowledge that the one thing he wanted most, to be loved for simply being Harry, may never have been real at all.